Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
Ron arrives.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Doing great, buddy.
He's popular.
Friend request? Friend request.
He's dependable.
Your Bebot is like super weird.
He's the perfect friend.
I'm going to be late. My pants are on backwards.
Ron's gone wrong.
Maybe done it off and on again.
Rated PG. Only in theaters October 22nd.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me New Jake.
Hi, everybody.
And today you're reviewing a new 3D movie called Ron's Gone Wrong. So, as usual, we'll talk about the 3D element first. How was the 3D in Ron's Gone Wrong?
It was quite good. it was just so amazingly good. There's plenty of pop out. There's plenty of depth. The colors were full and eye-pleasingly wonderful. It was just a great 3D experience all around.
Okay. Is there any specific scene you want to throw out there?
Whenever they are in the forest, there is a scene where they hit a bunch of leaves, and the leaves enter into the audience, and it is quite wonderful.
Okay. In your written review, you say that there's plenty of depth and native spacing, and lush environments. Is this one of the lush environments that you're talking about with the leaves?
Yeah. Yes. Like the scenes in the forest are so beautiful and so nice.
And there's some faces that go into the screen, you said?
A couple times whenever it's like the camera is directly pointed at the person, it kind of seeps out into the audience a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it does enter in the audience. So you can tell it's like, it's coming right at you.
Okay. Now, we didn't know this movie was a 3D movie until almost right before release.
Yeah, apparently people are having a hard time finding it, even in big markets like New York and LA. So I don't know why I got a screening of it. It was just luck of the draw, I guess.
Okay. So if anyone can find this in 3D somewhere, you say definitely watch it. What's your final grade, your verdict?
Let's see, for the 3D itself, oh my god, it's easily an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 if possible.
Okay.
Not quite editor's choice, but, it's really great.
So your final verdict is great 3D?
Yes.
Okay, making sure. Now on to the movie itself. So what is this about? It's like a robot and a kid or something?
Yeah, he's like, there's this newfound toy or electronic device called a Bebot, which is kind of like an Apple company, but the company in the movie is called Bubble. And it's a toy designed to help you make friends, but then it just becomes pretty much a walking, moving cell phone, essentially. But the only kid in town who doesn't have one is a kid named Barney, and it's his parents, or his dad and his grandmother are like, you don't need technology, but he is lonely and no friends, and they decide to get him one, but they're closed and they're sold out of the Bebot. So they have to, they find one, a guy selling a damaged one, almost kind of like a Child's Play element, where they find an open, damaged robot, and they buy it off the guy, and they bring it home to him. And that's when everything goes wrong.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
You say this is pretty much a cookie-cutter kind of movie?
Yeah, it's just kind of like your standard kind of family film with one or two additional endings that didn't need to be there.
Just for new listeners, I have not watched this movie, so I'm just kind of reading through his review to try to help him remember things. So he felt that it was too long. Now, is like a theme or message for this movie, or no?
There is a message, but it's kind of muddled. It's something along the line of technology is bad unless it's good. if I had to say if there's like the message, it's it's just a bit muddled in that area. Like, only use technology when you can.
All right, so what are some good things about this movie?
Besides the 3D, the animation is really good. It's a nice, lively, bright world. Not quite as bright as like Boss Baby 2 levels, but it's just, it's very lively. The animation's well done, and it's also quite funny.
Okay. Now, you said in the written review that there's a fire glitch or something?
A what?
Like a fire sequence that has like a weird frame rate or something?
Yeah, they're in the forest, and Barnes is cold, and he's trying to light a fire, and they light up his underpants. And there's a weird shot where it's looking over the fire, and it's just a weird slow motion-y effect. I don't understand why it was like that. I don't know if there's an animation issue or what, but it just kind of looked like a stop motion animated film at that point for a little bit, and then as soon as it panned down, I was like, oh, okay, it's normal again.
Okay, how's the voice acting?
It's good. I mean, it's not stellar or anything memorable, except for Zach Galifianakis as Ron himself is funny. Kind of made me think of Baymax with a little bit more life to him. And also like Jack Dylan Glazer as Barney, but the rest is okay. Nothing to write home about.
Okay, so is this a strikeout of a movie?
No, it's more like a ground roll double. It's fine. It's a nice movie, good for the family, but it's nothing stellar.
Okay, so what's your final verdict for the movie itself?
6 out of 10. Cookie cutter plot. It goes on for too long. Typical plot points. Just generic, but it's still amusing and well animated, and the 3D is really good.
Okay, sounds like a pretty good review to me. I guess that's going to be it for us. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, Mr. Bengal 5, and Kevin Winter for your financial support on Patreon.com.
So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.